All right, guys. So we got to talk about this absolutely unbelievable interview, which, I mean, I guess it actually really is believable considering how the interview is being done with Colin Kaepernick, who's probably the most delusional person on the planet. Or put it this way, he's probably not delusional as much as he understands his hustle, right? His race hustle. He's a race grifter, okay? And because of that, the grift has to keep on grifting, right? Even though it seems to me his time is done, right? He's irrelevant. But again, desperate times calls for desperate measures, right? And Colin Kaepernick, we know, has made a career out of crying racism, out of things that really are just not racist, right? He claims he's being blackballed from the NFL, even though he's clearly washed up. He clearly can't play. But regardless, again, you have to come out here and make these claims of racism to stay relevant, and this guy has got extremely desperate to stay relevant as he is now accusing his white parents of being racist. His white parents that adopted his black ass, right? He is accusing of being racist for the silliest reason that I've ever heard in my life. It's really unbelievable. You actually have to see it to believe it. Take a look.
His journey embracing his blackness, despite resistance from many, including his white adoptive parents.
I know my parents loved me, but there were still very problematic things that I went through. I think it was important to show that, no, this can happen in your own home, and how we move forward collectively while addressing the racism that is being perpetuated.
He took cues from his icon, basketball star Allen Iverson, who he said wore his blackness like a suit of armor. And teenage Kaepernick wanted cornrows to match. He's getting what roles, his mom asked?
Oh, your hair's not professional. Oh, you look like a little thug.
Your mom said that to you.
Yeah. And those become spaces where it's like, okay, how do I navigate this situation now? But it also is informed why I have my hair long today.
The grown-up version of Eve wanted to go back in time and give young Colin a lot of hugs. And I was really moved and saddened by the level of kind of self-awareness that he had to develop at a very young age without a lot of guidance.
The former NFL quarterback who once led the 49ers to the Super Bowl was known in high school for his baseball. The pitcher even had major league interest, but he bucked public pressure and followed his heart to the gridiron.
There were a lot more black people in football that I was like, I found some community here.
Do you still want to play football professionally?
Absolutely. I woke up this morning before our events, trained 5-6 days a week. I'm still up at 4:30. I go get my training in. That passion is still there, and the ability is still there.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely unbelievable interview. This guy is a clown. He literally claims that he's working out 5 to 6 times a week. Okay, now if you guys recall correctly, he worked out for the Raiders. Okay, the Las Vegas Raiders, I think last offseason, right? And Warren Sapp, who's very connected to the Raiders, came out and said it was trash, right? It was one of the worst workouts in history, right? This guy is not training 5 to 6 days a week. It's not happening, right? He's still on this grift of, I'm training, I want to be in the NFL, when clearly the dude is washed up, okay? He's going to be 50 years old talking about, I'm training to be in the NFL. I'm being blackballed because the league is racist, right? Again, this guy is so desperate for clout and money, okay, that he's accusing his white parents who adopted him of being racist, right? Again, you can't make this up. Is this not what Scott Adams was talking about, right? That no matter what you do, no matter how well you treat certain people, you're still going to be accused of being a racist no matter what? Is this not what he was talking about?
So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense. It's no longer a rational impulse. And so I'm gonna back off from being helpful to black America because it doesn't seem like it pays off. Like I've been doing it all my life, and the only outcome is I get called a racist. That's the only outcome. It makes no sense to help black Americans if you're white.
Talk about ungrateful. He is ungrateful. Your own parents, who, you know, one was black, one was white, I'm assuming, okay? I don't know. He could be an Arab, right? I don't know. You know, he might be something else. Who knows? But I'm just saying. His own biological parents didn't want him. He has parents who happens to be white who did want him, that took him in, okay? Took him in despite his skin color, right? And he's accusing them of being racist because his mother was looking out for him and said, hey, we want you to not have nappy hair. We want you to wear your hair a certain way so that you can get a job, so that you can look presentable, so that, you know, hey, you can be successful. She was telling you the right thing, right? She didn't want you to look like a thug. She didn't want you to look like a criminal. She didn't want you to look like somebody that, you know, hey, could cause problems in society. Now, again, does that mean that everybody with cornrows or long hair is a dangerous person, or they should be stereotyped and judged because of that? No, but that is the reality of our society, is that, yeah, when you wear certain hairstyles, when your hair is nappy, when you're not well kept, you're going to be judged by how you look. It is what it is. I'm not saying it's right, but what she was telling you did not come from a place of racism as much as it came from a place of she loved you enough to say, hey, I want you to look presentable. Okay, I want you to have a certain hairstyle so that you can not be negatively stereotyped, so that you can have the best opportunities in life. Just like the fact that you being adopted by these white parents was the best opportunity this man ever had in his life. It's the best thing to happen to him. Probably would have been much better than being raised by his biological parents. Consider how they didn't want him in the first place. And this is how you thank them. You thank them by going on TV and accusing them of being racist. Again, this guy is so ungrateful. There is no level he won't stoop to, okay? This guy is the lowest of the low. He rarely did any interviews for the past few years, right? Ever since, you know, he got kicked out of the league, right? He ain't doing no interviews. He don't want to talk to nobody. Whether it's a friendly outlet or adversarial outlet, he don't want to talk to him, right? Now he's doing interviews because, again, the money's drying up, okay? He's only so marketable. Police brutality seems to have fixed itself, right? In fact, the police brutality that we are talking about is police brutality that's being committed by black men against other black men. We ain't talking about a white man like that anymore, right? So Kaepernick's marketability is drying up, okay? Nike got to find a way to squeeze some money out of this guy, right? So you know the idea that they come up with? Let's make Colin Kaepernick an even bigger victim by accusing his white parents of racism, right? Absolutely incredible. You can't make this stuff up, man. You really can't. If I was his parents, I would disown his ungrateful ass, right? You accuse your parents of racism on national TV, bro, in an interview. Wow. Absolutely incredible. It couldn't be me. It could be me. This guy is a clown, right? He's a clown for so many reasons. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.